Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by now. Here's JP.
Oh, damn right. How are you, everybody? It's Friday. It ain't a football Friday, though. It is not a football. First non-football Friday. But guess what we're going to be talking about right off the top of the show? Football.
And two Todd Bowles.
Yes.
We've doubled our Todd Bowles, JP.
One is not enough. You must know that. Oh, Lord.
You're at a loss because you didn't know about this until literally right before we came on the air.
I did not.
And you were at a loss as you were reading that. You're like,
I've been doing watching Olympics. I'm enveloped into the Olympics.
Yeah.
Just loving it, every part of it. Watched it all last night, and yeah, it's just catching up on some things. So yeah, it's been a busy morning. Unfortunately, none of it has to do with the show.
For those that don't know, there has been an addition to the defensive coaching staff under Todd Bowles for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as they have hired Todd Bowles Jr. to be a defensive analyst on that staff.
And to be honest, this is not a critical position, but it is a position. And there's a bigger thing at play here that is a huge problem. So we'll get into that in just a second. Rob Manfred speaking glowingly of the Rays' new ownership group and the stadium. So I guess it's more important if the commissioner of baseball thinks it's going to happen other than a local columnist versus a local columnist. So I think I'll take the commissioner on my side. We're picking teams here for kickball. I'm going to take the commissioner on my side on this one. So we'll get into that a little bit. USA hockey looked fantastic yesterday. Did you see that game?
I did.
Oh my, that one goal. That was pretty stuff. Pretty good. Damn good. So we'll get into all the a lot of great stories at the Olympics. A ton of great stories. We're great human stories, which is my favorite, when it comes to all that.
And this is why the Winter Olympics are better, JP. You don't get these stories out of the Summer Olympics.
That's not true. That's 100% not true.
Just because nobody cares as much.
You are such a great foil. You really are. You are such a great foil. I love it. That's why we love you, Timmy. So yeah, we'll continue to hit all that stuff. And something we didn't hit on yesterday that I wanted to get to was there's a lot of chatter now about the new labor agreement since the owners are meeting and what the parameters are going to be. The first salvos are being thrown out there, $260 million cap, $160 million floor. Which I don't think that's going to be where it's at, but it may be a starting point. And so we'll kick that around a little bit. What do you guys think is best for baseball? Do you think there needs to be a cap, and does there need to be a floor? Absolutely, there needs to be a floor, 1,000%. And the Rays will be above that. It would have to be above that, and that's a good thing. So we'll get into all that. And of course, if this happens, it's not going to take effect until after the strike, however long that lasts, or the lockout, to be more specific. So it won't take place, I think, till the earliest 2028, unless by some miracle they get this thing done at the end of this year when the CBA expires. Then it'll be enforced in 2027. But I doubt that. I think we all doubt that. And even if they adopt it, they'll probably grandfather it in because teams don't have to go right to 160 or what have you. So I think that change needs to come. It's just going to be really hard to get there. So we'll talk a little bit about the merits of that as well. So yeah, so I want to jump into this right off the top. The Bucs kind of announced coaching changes and promotions yesterday, and according to Rick Stroud from the Times, joining new offensive coordinator Zach Robinson are his two former Falcons assistants, pass game coordinator TJ Yates and senior offensive assistant pass game specialist Ken Zampese. So this is all good stuff. They also confirmed the hiring of Indiana co-offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach Chandler Whitmer as quarterbacks coach and Andrew Mitchell as assistant offensive line coach. So all these hiring seemed to be in line with what Zach Robinson wants to do, what Baker Mayfield wants to do. There was some talk that Baker wasn't enamored with the quarterback coach, Thad Lewis. So maybe that's why that change was made. And obviously Chandler Whitmer comes in with impeccable credentials. And
by the way, if Baker Mayfield had anything to do with that change, and we don't know for a fact that he did, that's
we don't know
speculation.
that. No, that's
that might be an indication that maybe he's going to be around for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Which we've talked about yesterday, the Baker extension, which should be coming. We had talked, and I'd even said, I think that we don't need to worry about his extension right now. We can do that later, maybe even let him play out the season. I have changed my mind on that. I have definitely changed my mind on that. He will never be cheaper than he is right now. And I would get that done as soon as I possibly can, whatever that number is going to be. And if you missed the argument yesterday in a nutshell, bam, it's basically he'll never be cheaper. The last half of the season was more about injuries and the people around him than it was Baker, in my opinion. Not absolving him of all guilt, but that obviously the 2.5 years before that were much different. So, and very productive, and he's a great leader. And if you go try to chase a quarterback instead of him, the unknown, you can get into a whole lot of bad, like we did for many, many years. So he ain't perfect, but he's pretty damn good. He fits perfectly here. People love him. Organization loves him. Fans love him. Teammates love him. He's a gamer, can bring you back in the fourth quarter. All those qualities. You can win a Super Bowl with Baker Mayfield. You can with Sam Darnold. You can win it with Baker Mayfield. So don't chase it. Reward it. Keep it. Consistency, all that. Never be cheaper than right now. That's the argument. Mm-hmm. So that being what it is, this offensive, and then Chandler Whitmer, look at those credentials. Just tutored Fernando Mendoza in a brand new offense, and they won a national championship in Indiana. And their point differential was second only to the greatest team of all time, the 2013 Florida State Seminoles. Oh. That's pretty damn good. That is a lot of credentials on that hiring right there. It really is. That's a great resume. Really is. Let's go to the defensive side. The Bucs also hired Todd Bowles Jr. Okay, first of all, let's go on defense. However, Rick writes the Bucs mostly promoted from within. Didn't go outside to get some different voices. Some different voices, some different thoughts, because what we're doing is working so well. We want to do more of it.
Let's keep it going.
Tim Atkins was elevated to safeties coach. He's already there. Guys that are in the building telling Todd, yeah, this is what we don't need to do. Yep. Rashad Johnson, the cornerbacks coach. Same. Oh, yeah, we know him. He's not going to bring anything different. We don't need any of that shenanigans, right? We know what we're doing. Both have been assistants at those positions. Atkin replaces Nick Rapone, who retired at 69. Johnson takes over for Kevin Ross, who was fired. Chad Wade was promoted to head strength and conditioning coach. Another promotion. So we're not, even though we need to improve and maybe get some different voices in the building, nope, not on defense. We good.
Just makes no sense to me.
Nonsense. It's nonsense, as we like to say. The Bucs also hired Todd Bowles Jr., the son of head coach Todd Bowles, as a defensive assistant. Bowles Jr. played at Jesuit before becoming a preferred walk-on at Rutgers as a defensive back and finishing his career at Long Island University. Okay, now this is a low-level assistant's position, but that resume, that doesn't stack up. Sorry.
If he has a different last name, is he given this opportunity?
Speaking of that, Luke Smith, the nephew of Bucs special teams coordinator Danny Smith, was hired as a special teams coach. What are we doing?
To be announced tomorrow, Jason Light Jr. will be on staff as an assistant to the assistant GM.
And he's 7.
He's 7.
But I've seen his fantasy football teams, and they are good.
He's still playing junior golf out there on that junior golf circuit.
This kid's got some moxie when it comes to picking running backs. Let me tell you what. His defense and special teams, always the best. So all I can say is, senior, you better watch out. Junior's coming.
It's coming for your job.
Yeah. as Rick writes perfectly, the Bucs clearly struggled in pass defense last season, ranking 27th in the NFL by allowing 238 yards per game. It's interesting that while Bowles felt the need to make changes to two coaches in the secondary, apparently he believed the answers were already in the building. As he says that, writes that in very, very tongue-in-cheek. I mean, holy hell. We're doubling down. We're doubling down on the 27th best pass defense in the game. I mean, this is it. What strikes me more, look, the nepotism is just in front of your face. This is what Lovie Smith did, got him fired. Listen, and Todd Bowles Jr., by the way, is one of the smartest, and, I don't know him, but I know people who know him very well. Mm-hmm. And they could not speak more highly of this young man. Yeah. He may be a great coach one day. He very well might be. Super smart kid, great kid. I mean, exactly what you would think Todd Bowles would raise. We all wish we could have children like this. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to mistake our cynicism here for bashing Todd Bowles Jr. Okay, this has nothing to do with who he is or him. No, this is just it's a bad situation for Todd Bowles Sr. and maybe not a great situation for Todd Bowles Jr. to be in. I'm just because of this narrative that we're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And this is why you don't do this. I saw it at Florida State with Jeff Bowden. It was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster. And honestly, ended up leading to Bobby being fired.
Yeah.
It's not where you want to go. And it's almost a, dare I say, middle finger. Like, I'm doubling down on this. I'm doubling down that this is my show. I'm not listening to any outside noises. We know what we're doing here in this building. I don't want any, I just need a bunch of yes men here. That's what I need. I don't need any outside information. Nobody to challenge anything we're doing. Tumbling down. Yeah. I don't get it. That makes no sense to me. And it's just, there's a lot of people around the NFL that are going, wait, you fired all these coaches, but not the head coach? I mean, seriously? This is a really, really bad look for the organization. It's a really bad look.
And the fans are starting to revolt, not just the Petermans. There's other fans I'm seeing in a bunch of Tampa groups that I'm a part of for the specific reason of promoting the show that are now starting to turn.
Yeah.
That I didn't see before.
It's a really bad look. And it's to your point. It's to Todd Bowles Jr., it's not a great look either. I think anybody listen, I think it's great for coaches to help their kids, obviously, but Todd Bowles knows 1,000 coaches in the NFL, and he's helped 1,000 coaches in the NFL. And coaches call in favors all the time. All the time. If you want your son to get a job in the NFL, call one of your friends and let them hire him as a low-level assistant and get started, get his foot in the door. That's great. That's fine. I have no
enough connections for that.
You got tons of connections for that. You can get a defensive analyst, but hey, man, come on. He's got gazillions. And Todd is incredibly well-respected around the league, as he should be. He could pick up the phone at any moment and call any number of people and get that done. Now, Mama probably wants him here. I don't blame her, of course. And that's all part of it. And see, I don't even like talking about this because this is family. Family comes first. Family comes first, except at the job. Except at the job. You can't do that. Puts everybody in a bad position. I mean, I know Nepo babies are it's the trend, right? Everybody's got a connection, and when Bobby did it, everybody was like, oof, this is not a good look. And I'm sure Ann Bowden had a very big hand in that. And she ran that ranch most of the time. So anything outside of football, that was Ann's purview. And probably as it should be, like Miss Terry in Alabama.
Yeah.
But I don't think Miss Terry ever said, you better hire your boy. I don't think Miss Terry would be getting mixed up in any of that stuff.
And look, when you're winning championships, it doesn't matter who you hire. People, this would be a feel-good story.
But you can cover, right?
Yeah, I mean, the story would be, if the Buccaneers are coming off back-to-back Super Bowls and this happens, the story in Tampa would be, oh, look at this, it's a family atmosphere. Todd Bowles is now grooming his son to come into the NFL and coach. This would be an entirely different narrative. But when you're bad at your job, you get critiqued for everything negatively.
Yeah, I agree. Alejandro Noriego says Belichick hired his son. He did. Yeah. Well, they're not winning.
Look,
and that was a bad idea.
Here's the
difference. I thought it was a horror. If I was North Carolina, I would not allow it.
Look, Steve Belichick, though, was already a somewhat accomplished coordinator.
That's true.
Where was he? At Oregon, right? Where was he? I forget where he was.
Somewhere in the Pacific Northwest, yeah.
Yeah. Washington or somewhere. I don't know where. But he was kind of already established as a DC. This wasn't a introduction.
And it's still a bad idea, in my opinion. I think it's still a bad idea. Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, this is not, and again, it's not just about Todd Bowles Jr. It's about elevating all these coaches. It's like he doesn't want anybody coming in to challenge what he's doing or get better at what they're doing. I heard we were going to change the scheme. Well, how are we going to change the scheme if we're not bringing in any coaches that know a different scheme?
It's hard to do.
I mean, what are we talking about here? Again, I'm a huge fan of Todd Bowles, the man, as we all know. But these are more curious decisions that I don't agree with. Just my opinion. I think it puts both in a very bad situation. I've been through it before at Florida State. It is not good. Nepotism does not work. Even if you do well, it's still questions are asked. And in this particular situation, of all situations, this one? Seriously?
They just screw you.
I just no. Rick says he had to hire Todd Jr. because no one else wanted to work here.
I mean,
okay. See, I count on you guys to set me straight. To see things that I just don't see. And thank you very much, Rick. That was
JP. We have live coverage now of Todd Bowles Sr. coming to the podium to address the hiring of his son as he's speaking to the fans of Tampa.
F you, F you, F you, and F you.
Now let me make this in context. That's Todd Bowles saying F you to all of us, not me saying F you. Yes, I get you. Yeah. He clearly don't care. He clearly don't care. I would just warn against it, Todd. I think it's a bad idea for you and him. Let him go make his own way. He's super smart. You know that. He's a great kid. I can't say enough about him. You know exactly what Todd would raise and his wife. Perfect. I mean, the best. Let him find his own way somewhere else. I think it's a bad idea, but
it's okay to give him a nudge to, like you said, to make a call. You've got buddies everywhere.
Yeah,
just don't let it be on your staff.
Listen. If I could do something for my son, I would do it in a heartbeat. There's few things I would not do, but I've experienced this. So have you, Tim.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. It doesn't work. I've made this mistake because I'll just leave it at that. It's and I see my son working for IBM and he busts his ass. And so I know he's a hard worker. It just sometimes does not work out with family. It does not. Don't work with your friends or your family. Work is work. If you become friends at work, that's fine. But work is work, and family is family, and friends are friends. I would not intertwine them. I've done it before, and it usually works out poorly. So I'm just offering some advice. Todd. It's a really bad look. It's a really bad look. You have any comments to this? Yeah, Tampa guy says you're just reshuffling the chairs on the Titanic. You're delaying the inevitable. Nepotism is alive and well in Tampa. Yeah, same from Plays Blues Wolf. Nepotism is alive and well at Bucks Place. What a disaster. I don't see Coach Bowles coaching here again after next season, says Sergio Biltris. Yeah, it kind of feels that's the way this is going, doesn't it?
Why would you bring your kid in here for 1 year? Like, that's just weird, man. Like Bowles is out of touch with reality right now.
Seems like it. You're not reading the room very well if this is something you're going to do.
Oh.
Buck's Basement says Bowles can't handle different voices, JP. He has a massive ego. He adds in a super chat, thank you very much, $2. Bowles now has an army of yes men. What a shiz show. Yeah. Again, it's like, last year we bring in a clock management guy. Feels like towards the end of the season, he got pitched to the back of the curb. Man. All right. Where's another one here from the Bucks? At Airweed says Bucks ownership said, hold my beer. Watch this. Bucks fans want Bowles fired, and ownership now we're going to double down. Yeah. Where are the owners on this? They sign off on this? Like when Todd said to Jason Light, hey, I want to hire my son. Did Jason go, oh, that's a great idea. He is a great young man. But it's like, did anybody not go, okay, well, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's talk this through. I would think somebody did. And then did he say, well, I've got final say on coaches, so this is the way it's going to be?
So is this possible? This is a mathematics hire where one Bowles is a negative, but two Bowles are a negative, and you add those together, it makes a positive? That's all I can think of right now.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
It makes as much sense as anything else, to be quite honest. John Hill says the oak nut does not fall far from the tree. Bowles and Bowles. It's just such a bad, like when you got a friend or something that's about to do something really bad and you're just trying to warn them off it. And you're like, oh, dude, no, bad idea. Like, this is a really bad idea. Don't do this. That's what I feel like. I feel like, no. Aviation said, I saw a tweet yesterday. Sir, a second Bowles has hit the Buccaneers. Yeah. What else we got? Anything else on this subject? Any other?
I don't see anything.
This is more Bucks Basement. Bowles having his son on the coaching staff is as disappointing as keeping Foote and Edwards, whom coached the worst positions last year. I really don't understand what Light and the Glazers are doing. Yeah. How do you? Rick says, thank God for this show. National shows are all NBA and how to stop tanking. Pathetic. Hope you got your Applebee's reservation, JP. Yeah, I turned on Get Up this morning for about 5 seconds, and I'm just like, whoa, golly. Like, who can listen to this? Tanking and load management are the issues of the day. Guys that don't play and teams that don't want to win. What a great sport.
And you know what? The thing about it, the NBA I'm enjoying right now, and it has nothing to do with the NBA. It has to do with the national narrative of LeBron James, about everyone's finally figuring out what a waste of space he is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here for it. Everything I see on social media, every time he throws an air ball, it gets, and it's a lot lately. It's all over social media. I'm loving it, man. I'm like, yeah, I've been saying this for 5 years now.
Yeah.
25 years. So I'm here for it.
All right, let's take a quick break and we're going to pivot to baseball. A lot of you guys kept pitchers and catchers reporting. Yes, we had a lot of action yesterday down at the Port Charlotte. What a great, beautiful place that is, Port Charlotte. Love to just build my spring training home in the middle of a swamp.
I was going to say, I hope you're being facetious right now, because I spent a number of years there with the Rangers before they moved to Arizona. It was awful.
It's awful. Awful. This is one of the worst places in Florida. All right, let's take a quick break. We're brought to you by the great folks at Pitch Roofing. Make sure you get an estimate if you're looking at roof repairs or you're looking to get a whole new roof put on. Pitch Roofing will not only come out and give you an estimate, but they'll educate you on the business because they want you to get 2 or 3 estimates and have people come over and listen to them and do the Pitch Roofing one first because they'll tell you what the other guys are going to say. And they're not going to have the lowest estimate, but they're going to have the best estimate because they're going to do quality work that's bonded and insured, and they will stand behind your work with a warranty. You get a 30-year warranty from a company that's going to be gone in a week. What good is that? Good luck with getting your roof fixed when they do a crappy job. And this happens all the freaking time because the stuff is expensive, and you get tempted into taking that low bid. It's a really, really bad idea. Pitch Roofing does it right, and they stand behind their work. And if you get an estimate, you're going to get 2 tickets or get in the running. Sorry, you're going to get in the running for 2 tickets. They'll do a raffle, a drawing, and you can get 2 tickets in the mark to a Lightning game up there, the all-inclusive club. Really cool, and I'll give you a backstage tour of Lightning Vision as well. Pretty cool stuff. PitchRoofing.com, and the great song they have as well. You'll hear that later. Back in 3. Here for Pitch Roofing, one of our new sponsors and the most reliable and honest roofers in the business. They love the Lightning, and Bolts fans be entered to win a pair of premium Mark Club seats with every free roofing estimate from Pitch Roofing. Seats include food and beverages, early access, premium entry, and a backstage tour of Lightning Vision with yours truly. Always get 2 to 3 estimates when replacing your roof, and be sure to include Pitch as one of those roofing companies. With a free estimate from Pitch, they're not trying to hard sell you. They educate you on your roof and the process. Even if you do not choose Pitch Roofing as your roofer, they want to leave you feeling informed, knowing the different materials and manufacturers, and understanding the process and warranties. Very, very important. Pitch is an Owens Corning preferred contract, Better Business Bureau accredited, and My Safe Florida Home approved. That's very important as well. Pitch prides themselves on full transparency and customer first level of service. They also offer financing options, including 0% plans, ensuring a stress-free experience. Call my friends at Pitch Roofing, 727-67-PITCH. That's 727-677-4824, or go to pitchroofing.com.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucks on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. That's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. As well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucks play. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. FanStreamSports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream. FanStreamSports.com.
All right, guys, don't screw this up. It's Valentine's Day, and the first decision you make is go to the Gold and Diamond Source, where right now you can buy one, get one 40% off during their exclusive Valentine's promotion. Express your love with exquisite jewelry from the Gold and Diamond Source, where they have the largest selection of engagement rings. And here's where it gets really good. Starting on Friday at the Open, you can get a $1,000 gift card, and they will match it with another $1,000 gift card. Get $2,000 worth of spending power for just $1,000. Then at 6 o'clock, it goes down to $500. The $500 card match goes from 6 o'clock until close. So get in there on Friday up to 6 o'clock. It's a $1,000 gift card. They'll match it, giving you up to $2,000 in immediate spending power. Then after 6 o'clock, it's $500, and they'll match it and give you up to $1,000 in spending power. Don't miss it. It's Valentine's Day, and the only place to shop is at the Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Olmerton Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience Advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the Gold and Diamond Source. Hey, Valentine's Day is, except I didn't say fudge. It's tomorrow. You haven't done any shopping. Timmy, what do you mean? What, your rotation of Applebee's days starts today. You better be on it.
Hey, none of them are Applebee's worthy. Yeah. There's no Applebee's involved. That is for me when I date myself.
Okay. But you got to get down to Golden Diamond Source today. Buy one, get one 40% off. And by the way, they got a great selection. They're just waiting for you. They know all you guys are last minute Nancy's. We got to come in. They're just sitting there waiting for you. Oh, come on in. Don't worry. We know it's last minute, but we got you. We got you. Buy one, get one 40% off. You just go in there. You'll zip in and zip out, like going to Wisconsin. You go in there. I said, I need this. Here's my budget. Can you give me some? They'll have it wrapped up and perfectly presented. You don't have to do any of that stuff. She'll think you thought about this weeks ago when she knows damn well you didn't. So, yeah, there you go. Golden Diamond Source. Head on over there. They'll take care of you. Tell them JP sent you. Buy one, get one 40% off. That's great. Oh, I love fixing things for you guys. I just do.
You're a fixer, JP.
I am a fixer. I am the Ray Donovan of your world. Fix everything.
What did Ray Donovan did? I don't remember what he did.
There you go. Look at Bill Murray. What's he, 12? Good God.
Probably like 26 there.
So young.
26, 27.
Stripes. Classic. It's a classic, kids, if you haven't watched
going to Wisconsin.
Let's go to Wisconsin. You zip in Czechoslovakia. It's like going to Wisconsin.
Slovakia.
You zip in, you zip out. All right. So one of my long-standing predictions was that once Stu was deposed and kicked out of baseball like he was unceremoniously, allegedly, this would get done rather quickly. Once we have real owners that really want to do it something and have the political connections and the money to do it, you'll see that it wasn't Tampa's fault. It wasn't St. Pete's fault. We didn't have any money. It wasn't, we don't know how to do things. It wasn't public. It was Stu. It's always been Stu. And I've been trying to tell people that for so long. And here we go. As Mark Topkin at the at the owners meetings in swanky West Palm, says Commissioner Rob Manfred said there is support and growing optimism throughout Major League Baseball for the Rays' plans for a new stadium in Tampa. After updating teams at the league's quarterly meeting, Manfred praised the work of the new Tampa Bay ownership group led by Patrick Zalupski, Bill Cosgrove, and Ken Babby, said has made since taking over at the end of last season on the stadium project as part of Live, Work, Learn, Play complex at Hillsborough College site. Quote, I think the most important point, and not only did I make it, but I think the other clubs said, is that the amount of progress that Patrick, Ken Babby, and Bill have made in a really short period of time is absolutely phenomenal. Manfred said Thursday at the Breakers Resort. Quote, I think people are pleased about the site. We described exactly where it's at geographically. So really pleased with the site. We're optimistic that we're going to get a lot of solution that's good for the Rays in the Tampa Bay region and good for baseball, frankly. Dodgers president Stan Kasten, CEO, chimed in, said, quote, it seems like they are closer than ever, which is wonderful news for that organization, which deserves it, and for all the rest of baseball. How about that? Manfred told the Times that the league-wide support includes the Yankees. Where have we heard that before, Timmy? The Yankees are in support, whose longtime spring training stadium, Steinbrenner Field, is adjacent to the Rays' proposed site and likely would be impacted in some ways. You know what, Times? It could be impacted positively. Did you ever think of that? Positively. The fans that come to Steinbrenner Field will be like, oh, look at that. A bunch of restaurants and bars over there. Look at, oh, that's cool. Let's go tour. Hey, let's take a tour of the new Rays Stadium. Yeah. It'll cost you to go into the Cy Junior Caminero Fund, but come on over. Come on over. So it could impact them positively. Now, I know it's hard for you to think in terms of that with the Tampa Stadium, but everybody else is. But make sure the columnists say it's never going to happen. Yankees have thus far declined comment, but under the Steinbrenner family have history of supporting projects in the Tampa community. If it's good for Tampa, it's good for the Yankees. That's what the ball said. Yeah. That's what son Hal has said, and that's what I've told you. So all this, what are the Yankees going to say? The Yankees don't want him there. We can't make. Why can we have the Yankees still right next door to us? We can't do that. Why not? Why not? What's the problem? Is there evil empires like Darth Vader going to be on top of Steinbrenner Field? Like, they're going to be spying on us? Oh, that's what it is. They're going to be spying on us. That's what's
the
going on.
Yankees and the Rays are not competitors unless it's the big squads playing, April through September.
No, we're adults here. We get along. It's called building stadiums and running a business. And if you bring a wonderful mixed-use complex right next to my stadium, it's just going to add value. That's the way we look at it. And by the way, we're both Major League Baseball owners, and we share in the profits of this business. And what's good for the Rays ultimately is good for the Yankees. And the more we allow the Rays to get revenue, like being next to us, the less money we have to pay them in revenue sharing. So if you think a little bit deeper beyond Yankees versus Rays, oh, we don't like them. If you think a little bit deeper, of course, the Yankees will be very happy that all this is going on. It will benefit them in many ways. So put that one to bed as well. Anything else I can do for you? Anything else we can do on the stadium?
What else can we fix?
What else can we fix? I got stuff to fix. A couple other quotes in the story here from Babby. I think we have been thrilled with the momentum in the community, but still have an enormous amount of work ahead of us. As I said a few weeks ago, we're still in the early innings of our work, but very pleased with the community's response. The critical period for us now is to be out in the community, and that's exactly what we're going to be. We're with Firefighters Union this week, and we'll be with a number of community groups, including police and other select organizations. Yeah, I mentioned that to one of the owners the other day. I said, you guys have great momentum coming off this press conference. Get out there. Get out there. There's a lot of negative stuff going on in the media, mostly generated by the Times. I said, you guys need to be out there in the public. Get your faces out there. Let people get to know you. Let other media outlets do interviews so you can talk about what you're doing and get more positive visibility. I think this is a critical time for that. And they're going out to do the firefighters and things like that. But I want to see it on TV. I don't think I've seen it on TV. So I want to see it. I want to see it out there. And because obviously it's, we've got to get it into all the media. Yeah. And let me know when you're going. I'll bring my camera over there. We'll put it out there. JS813 says, hopefully Zalupski and crew can lock down the stadium deal soon. I'm sure they're doing a lot of work behind the scenes. Hopefully they have positive news soon. Everything is positive, as we just heard. Everything is positive. So, yeah, I think there's definitely huge momentum here, but we got to continue going. Now from a baseball standpoint, the Rays going. Big O is going to be in here for the last 15 minutes of the show, and we'll talk about the new acquisitions, Nick Martinez, and the fact that we still don't have a big right-handed hitter in this lineup, other than Junior Caminero. Obviously, we don't have anybody to protect him. Aranda, I guess, is going to be that guy. I don't know. I would have liked to seen somebody more. And now the Major League Baseball is starting to talk about where we're going to go with this new labor agreement. And there's talk of $160 million floor and a $260 million or $260 million cap, which I think is too low. I think that's too low. I think your cap needs to err a little bit more towards the high side to encourage more spending. The players will never accept one that low. Yeah. But to me, what the players should be looking at is percentage of dollars of revenue. Now, right now, they currently sit at 48%, where most of the other leagues are around 52%. When you're talking about $15 billion, that's a lot of money, obviously. So I think that's where the union should be looking at. And I think they should probably restructure their salary system as well. I mean, teams having control and not being able to get to free agency until year 6? That's crazy to me. That is crazy. Yeah. Especially these younger players now are coming in and making major impacts. I mean, Junior Camanero's, hitting 45 home runs. And yeah, they have a bonus pool now, which he got $1 million in a bonus pool. So that more than doubled his salary. And that's a positive move in the right direction. But I think they need to shorten that to let guys get to free agency quicker. If you let them get to free agency quicker and you have a bigger pool of teams bidding because they all have to spend at least $160 million, you're going to have parity. You're going to have a lot better parity. And even if it's, and some studies will say, well, we have more parity than other leagues. I don't believe that. My eye test does not say that. Your analytics can say that. My eye test is no. There's 6 teams that can win the World Series every year. Everybody else is, and the bottom 15 aren't even close.
And it's the same 6 every year.
Yeah. The bottom
never
15
changes.
Yeah. And what the Dodgers are doing now is just, and I don't blame them. The rules allow them to do it. I'm glad they're spending money. At least they're spending money. At least they're not putting it in their pockets like other owners, like most of the other owners do. Now, I've been telling you this for years. The Rays, at last report, revenue sharing is $60 million, and every team gets about $100 million in central fund money. So the Rays were making $160 million before they sold a ticket. And their payroll was still at $80 million. I mean, it's crazy. That's nuts. That's the reason all this needs to change. Is guys like Stu Sternberg. And that's one of the reasons he's not in baseball anymore. And even look what the Pirates are spending now. The Pirates are killing it this offseason. They're spending money. And the Rays can do that too once they get their house in order. And I know this year we'd all like to see more spending, but if anybody has an excuse to not do it this year, it's this group. Because first of all, they're probably taking over a situation that is even worse than they thought it was from a financial standpoint once they got into the books. That always happens when sure, they're supposed to give you the numbers, but they're not always squared up. So, but as years go on and situations change, I expect this group to spend money and more than what is just the floor. And that if the floor is 160, could you imagine what this team would look like with $160 million payroll? Some of the players that we would have been after. I mean, just the whole, I think the union needs to not pay attention to the top. They need to pay attention to the rank and file and the players in general, just making more money and spreading it out across different teams instead of having the haves and the have-nots like we have now. I mean, as I sit here today, I'm much more on the side of the owners. If the players are going to be completely non-negotiable on a cap, but only want a floor, I don't think that's cool. I think the owners have to have some guardrails. And I think if a cap and a floor will make it more palatable and much more parity. Would you agree, Timmy?
Oh, absolutely. And for those smaller markets, or not even smaller markets, that those teams that just don't spend the money, and it's not because they don't have it, it's because they don't want to, this will fix that.
Yes.
And it will create hypothetically actual parity, not the perceived parity that MLB thinks it has right now.
Yeah.
These bigger clubs won't necessarily like it, I don't think, but who cares? It's better for the game. It's going to make Major League Baseball more interesting. Look, we just had a Super Bowl with the Seahawks and the Patriots. Going into the year, we've talked about what the odds were for both of those teams to win the championship.
Yeah, 60-1.
In Major League Baseball, like you said, there's about 6 teams that can do this thing every year. Now, 2023, I feel like was kind of an anomaly with the Rangers. Thank God.
Yeah.
My prayers of 50 years were answered that year, but that's not the norm.
No.
And Major League Baseball needs to fix that. And this is the easiest and quickest way to do that.
Now, somebody said, we need, I don't need a cap. I just need a floor. If I had to choose between the two, I'd take a floor.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
You got to have both.
But if the cap make the cap like 350. I mean, who's going to spend 350 anyway? Not many teams. Many teams can afford to. Yeah, like two teams.
2 teams.
Yeah. But just getting everybody up to 160 makes it such a difference. Such a difference. I mean, that just spreads all the talent and the money out. So yeah, I mean, make it 350. Of course, the owners are going to want it. I don't know why the owners are so concerned about that. They should have the floor, and that's the most important part. Because if you got $1 billion in revenue, you're going to want to spend. You should spend it on players. And by the way, the Dodgers, they got that exemption from sharing a lot of their revenue because they were in bankruptcy.
Right.
And yeah. So, by the way, who the hell ran them into bankruptcy? How do you run the Dodgers into bankruptcy? Like how bad of a business person are you to run the Dodgers into the number 2 TV market and one of the best brands in the world? You ran that into bankruptcy? Jesus, how much money were you stealing? Jiminy Christmas. My God, somebody needs to do something about that. As for on the field, our good friend Muslim Adam Sandler says, how does the low trade, failure to get Marte or Donovan, and end up with Gavin Lux not remind you of the old Rays? The catchers are still bad. A few upgrades to the Trop is not going to woo me. Listen, I don't always agree with you, but when I do, it's about this. I am not thrilled about this team. And I'll get into it a little bit more. No, I'm not thrilled about it at all. I don't. And, I guess the bad thing is they said they're going to leave baseball ops alone. Maybe they shouldn't have. No, I have a lot of trust in Eric Neander. He's proven that. He's had a couple of bad seasons. But I'll just be honest. These moves this offseason, I don't get. I don't get it. Where they've allocated their money, I don't get it. Nick Martinez, $13 million, I don't get it. I would have much rather used that on Marcell Ozuna. And
when Nick Martinez goes 13-3 and has a 1.68 ERA.
Okay. a career 4.40 ERA for 35. He's 35 years old.
Yeah,
He's going to suddenly get to a 1.8. Okay. All
He's
right.
back in the AL, man. They haven't
I'll
seen
listen.
him.
I'll listen. You know, hey, listen, you had him at the Rangers, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it was Nick Martinez Day. Every time he pitched, everybody it filled the house,
A long
right?
time ago.
right? Right.
Here's my Nick Martinez bobblehead. I've got it around here.
Right. No, no. We got a Davey Martinez bobblehead, but not a Nick Martinez bobblehead. Nope.
How about a
No,
Tito
I don't.
Martinez bobblehead?
Listen, but I'll say this. Eric Neander knows a hell of a lot more than I do. And Kevin Cash and Kyle Snyder know a lot more than I do. And they're a lot smarter than I am. So I will say with hesitance, they know what they're doing. I don't see it with this team. This looks like a very anemic offensive team. Really good pitching and defense is great. And you can win with that. But, man, they seem to have gone really, really far that way. And we'll see. You know, if they're a scrappy bunch and they're scoring, 4.5 runs per game and, winning 3-2 every night, fine. Good. Great. Just win, baby. Might be boring as hell, but but if you're playing good, clean baseball and, stringing together 7 hits, good, and scoring runs and pitching great and playing great defense, great. That's the old Rays way. Let's go. I'm all for it, but I don't know if this group can get that done. We'll see. And that's why we play the games, baby. Fan Fest is tomorrow. Let's show up with optimism and get after it. No, it's not tomorrow, is it?
Rays
Sunday?
Fan Fest?
Yeah, let me double check that. Somebody told me it was tomorrow. I got to double check that. All right, one other baseball note. Manfred did acknowledge that small market teams such as the Rays,
It's tomorrow.
that it is tomorrow. Okay, there you go.
Yep.
Are going to see their television revenue decline in the near term until they get their lucrative contract to package all the local rights nationally starting in 2028. So again, this is another reason I think why this team is not spending a lot of money on payroll this year. Everything is going to change. Once they get this new deal done, which will probably kick in 29, that's when the stadium revenue kicks in. Now they're going to be flush. But this first part is going to be a bit of a struggle. And I think we have to understand that. Do we not? I mean, you could say, oh, you're just making excuses for them. I'm like looking at the realities that are here. Everything is changing on baseball. You have the huge labor problem. You had to repair the trop, which, by the way, they're putting a lot of their own money into to give it, to make it really fan friendly. They have to deal with the loss in revenue of their TV networks. So all of these things, and they're putting together, an $8 to $10 billion investment in this stadium and mixed use project. So if there's, I would say that's enough to say, okay, if you're not spending money and you're getting, these young kids ready to play for 28 and 29 when we move in, and then augment that with really good free agents who may want to come home and play in Tampa Bay in a new stadium. Well, yeah, that's the plan. And I'm on board. And I'm bored. And I think you should be too. Anything about that? But I do not like this team right now. As we sit here today, looking at this lineup, I don't see protection for Caminero. I don't see a lot of home runs. I don't see enough power. The catching, as you said, meh. Fortes and Fiducia, meh. It's not a whole lot of get you juiced up, to be quite honest.
No. But you got a new stadium coming and Stu's gone. Can we just be happy with that for the time being?
Yes, absolutely. And hopefully our team will surprise us. Let's go to Fan Fest and have some fun. Be upbeat. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back on the other side. We'll get into some Olympics. How about that, Timmy? You want to talk some Olympics? One of the best goals I've seen in a long, long time by Team USA. But that Team Canada looked pretty good too, baby. Team Canada looked good. So we'll do that when we come back. We're brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance. Get that insurance checkup, folks. It's very easy. They do all the work. You save all the money. Just call them up, 813-877-7799. and they will take your information, make sure you're fully insured, make sure you have your business insurance. Yes, if you're running a business, you need business insurance, and make sure that you have your flood insurance. If you have a house, you need flood insurance. Even if your mortgage says you don't need it, trust me, you need it. Flood insurance. So give them a call, 813-877-7799. I've been doing business for 60 years here locally, a great local treasure family, the Italianos. So give them a call and tell them JP sent you. Back in 3. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Sunny days or stormy nights, roofing problems out of sight. In Florida we stand so tall, pitch roofing, we do it all. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night. When the hurricanes roll in, we got the top that's gonna win. Protect your house from wind and rain. Choose pitch roofing, never in vain. Pitch roofing, roofing done right. For your home, day and night. Call us now for peace of mind. Top service you ever find. Pitch roofing won't let you fall. We're the best, just make that call. Pitch roofing, roofing done right. For your home, day and night.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here on this non-football Friday. So we had to talk about football. Brought to you by the great folks at Third Generation Plumbing. If you need some HVAC service, HVAC service, get the maintenance special. It's $169 for the whole year. They come out twice, 2 times, winter and summer, and make sure everything is working correctly, that your unit is working in its most optimal performance. You need your unit to be working at optimal performance at all times. And American Standard Heating and Cooling will make sure that that happens because they have the best units, most efficient, the most powerful, what you need here in Florida. Absolutely. American Standard Heating and Cooling and Third Generation Plumbing. And they're hiring now. So if you're an AC tech or a plumbing tech and you're looking for a better place to work, a great family company, pays well, holidays, benefits, it's thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Go to their website, get your resume in. All right, man, these people.
JP, I know you've got a big weekend of Olympics lined up. And
yes, I do.
And I will be watching the Olympics. However, my weekend is full, not just with 4 Valentine's Day dates between tonight
Such a bragger.
and tomorrow, because now I've got to figure out, because I totally forgot this weekend was this weekend. JP, I will be representing FanStream Sports all weekend at the Shriners Children's College Showdown at Globe Life Field this weekend.
You're going to represent us at the Shriners Children's what?
It's a college baseball tournament.
Oh, great.
Nice. Where the Rangers play. It's TCU, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Oklahoma State, and Vanderbilt. And of course, we cover TCU and Texas Tech here in the Dallas area quite extensively, and I also write for them at Roundtables. So, so I'll be out there enjoying some bat on or some ball on metal bat, which I can still not get used to.
Doesn't sound as bad as it used to.
As soon as I'm off the air with you, JP, I'm mixing the show, posting the podcast, and I'm headed to Arlington for some college baseball. I'll be there most of the day tomorrow, and then on Sunday as well. But I'll be in the press box. We've got a ton of TVs. It's a new stadium, so they have TVs everywhere, and I'm sure we'll have the Olympics on.
Nice. That's good. And by the way, the Clearwater softball tournament is underway. The best teams in the nation are here in college softball. So head on out to Clearwater, that great facility there. It's going to be awesome. Top level. It'll be on ESPN as well. Top level college softball. So head on out there. Somebody in our comments mentioned that. So let's go support that. If you're looking for something to do,
man.
Tickets are really cheap. And trust me, it is fantastic.
High level of competition.
And great energy. Man, is it softball, man, whether you're watching it at little league level or college, man, it's great energy. They're always cheering. There's always something going on. Fun stuff. Really is. By the way, the pitch roofing jingle is just taking the world by storm.
Right? You see all these comments?
JS813 is like, we need the pitch roofing guys in here to talk about the jingle. I just texted them. So Bill Slover, I was like, yeah, man, they love your jingle. Well, call them for an estimate, for God's sakes. They're supporting the program. So even if you don't need a roof, call them.
Maybe call them for some musical advice.
They'll come over and tell you how they made the jingle. Yeah, there you go. Here's like the best thing I've seen all day. Sorry, Rick. Joel Forsman says, JP, you're familiar with the Atlanta situation. Yes, I am. We talk about it all the time. Look at the Braves records from 2014 to 2017 when the new stadium was announced. There was then a distinct turnaround in 2018. The Braves sucked after stadium announcement. Once it was finally open a year, there was a distinct turnaround. Not a coincidence. That's what the Rays fans need to understand. Stadium opened in 2017, won the division in 2018, World Series in 2021. As you know, this is going to be a little rough before it gets really good. And he adds, thanks for being the voice on the stadium thing. It's beyond common sense that this has to happen and that we are patient in the meantime. Yeah. We kind of outlined this last week and talked about this is the plan.
Yeah.
And all this negativity that we see on social media, which is inherently negative anyway, I get it, but it just needs to stop. And because I don't think people understand what's going on here, they just need to be educated about it as usual. Right. And, unfortunately, we've been having these false narratives that are out in the media for so long, and it's continuing with this new group for some reason, that we need to fight back with, and we're not doing this because it's our agenda. I'm doing this because I feel like it's the right thing to do for Tampa Bay. And then I've laid that out. And from a baseball standpoint, this is how the Braves did it. And I don't know how many times this group has to tell you, but they're following a very successful template with what the Braves do. They do not need to reinvent the wheel here. Build a mixed use, take those profits, put it into the stadium, get the stadium built, and then put it into the team. That's exactly what they did. While we were jettisoning Charlie Morton for $15 million, guess who was picking him up? The Braves, and won a World Series with him. Get it? If you want him to go out and spend $150 million, well, then first of all, you're probably going to buy a lot of bad contracts that are going to keep your young players from developing. That's not a smart idea. Instead, save that money till you're ready to go and you got a great base of young players. All this labor stuff is done, and you get your TV money in 28 and 29, and then boom, we go. Like, don't we want to collectively as a group of Rays fans support this? It's actually a plan with people that we can trust. Well, how do you know you can trust them, JP? I know them. And these are men of integrity. I trust them until they show me we can't trust them. And everybody that's dealt with them has said how awesome they are. You never heard that about Stu Sternberg. I can tell you that. It was just the opposite. And as I told you, once he gets out of here, watch how fast this happens. Boom. They've done more in 5 months than Stu could do in 20 years. Yeah, Stu got agreements, but they never went through because they were all one-way agreements, and he was never going to do it anyway. That's not what this is. So, yeah, be on board with the plan, not only for the stadium, but the stadium as a tool to make the team better. And that's the plan. That's the plan, boss. All right. So watch Team Canada yesterday. Put it on Czechia, 5-0. Was they? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And they look fantastic. McKinnon, McDavid, and Cooper afterwards. Got a quote here from Cooper, the head coach of your Canadian team. He said, I don't care who anybody is, whether you're Sid to Doughty to Celebrini, when you're playing in the Olympics for the first time, it never gets old, and everybody's got their jitters. You know what I liked? I thought we got better as the game went on. I thought as that game went on, we got a little bit more controlled. There's a little bit of sense here of like, what happens if Cooper left and went and coached another team? You'd be watching him like talk about another team, and it's like, oh, my heart kind of hurts. Like he's cheating. But then my brain wraps around it. I'm okay. We're good. He's coming back. So yeah, it's kind of interesting, honestly, and to watch Cooper kind of work his magic. Yeah, they were really, really good. But you know who else was good? USA. They played Latvia and Zemgus Girgensons, and they were, tied at 1 when it should have been 3-0. 2 goals disallowed.
Those were weird disallowed goals too.
They were. Let's just be honest. They were
really weird.
Do you think they would have been disallowed in the NHL?
No.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who I saw this quote from. Crap, I wish I could remember. Somebody was asked about the officiating in the Olympics, about how do you feel about the officiating in the Olympics as opposed to the officiating in the NHL? And his reply was, well, it's changed. They change it every year in the NHL anyway, so I'm used to it changing. Like, it's all inconsistent.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. So yeah, both teams look fantastic in their opener. Bennington was good. You know, obviously they got a shutout. Hellebuck was good for USA, and boy, that USA had a tic-tac-toe. Like, it was six passes,
so
tape
pretty.
to tape. It was so beautiful. And just really looks like a group that is playing together and has played together for a while. They look really, really good. So looks like USA and Canada are on a crash course towards the Olympic gold final. I hope they both get there. But there's a lot of good teams. There's a lot of really good teams out there. So
I
the
saw
Swiss
somebody-
are playing it. JJ Moser.
Somebody post that play on social media that you were talking about, that goal by the U.S. It was just a thing of beauty. Somebody posted, anybody that chooses the NBA over this is out of their mind.
They're doing it on skates. Yeah, I was like, is this ice dancing or hockey? That's what it
God, that was freaking gorgeous.
Speaking of ice dancing, did you hear about this?
Probably.
Leave it to the French to cheat. Cheating and surrendering. The French, so good. I should read this whole thing with my French accent. The figure skating world is screaming "Sacre bleu" over the scoring by French judge Jezebel Dubois that cost American pair Madison Chock and Evan Bates the gold. In the ice dancing competition, handed the controversial French duo Laurence Fournier-Boudreau and Guillaume Ciceron the top prize. The French judge scores drastically differed from those of their fellow judges. I'm like falling into pirate mode here. And herself, her fellow judges and herself, when it came to the American and French skaters in the free dance event, Dubois scored Boudreau and Cicerone 137.45, which was the second highest for any judge, while only scoring Chalk and Bates 129.74, making her the only judge not to give the Americans more than 130 points. Sacre bleu! Cheating Frenchmen. Look at you.
Well, they can't win anything anyway.
The difference in scores was a 7.71 margin, the largest of any of the 9 judges on the panel. Blatant hometown cheating that hands the goal to the French instead of the United States. This is why you don't compete in anything that is determined by judges, because they are inherently corrupt humans. And I feel bad for you, the Americans. We got screwed again. So, welcome to the Olympics. Welcome to the Olympics. The Italian woman, what was her name? Barignon, I think. Banjon. Anyway, her story. She's been at 4 Olympics, has never medaled, and she had a horrible injury about 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. And it was like, oh, she's out of the Olympics. She's not going to qualify. No way she comes back. No way she comes back. She comes back. And just skiing in this competition was a miracle for this Italian and in her home country. It's kind of like a Lindsey Vonn story, except she won gold. Right. She won gold. And she skied incredibly well. Now, after she skied, the kind of weather kind of moved in, and a bunch of the skiers could not hold the course. And I was reading an article about this. They're having to make a ton of artificial snow because they just haven't had a lot of snow.
Yeah. Which is normal. That happens at all.
Yeah, it's not abnormal, but for this particular course and how steep it is, what a lot of the competitors are saying is artificial snow on this course is a recipe for disaster. Oh. And I think I saw four women in a row couldn't finish because they just, they're going just balls out. And for women, I guess that's hard to do, but they're hauling ass. And you've got to have that grip on the ski to be able to turn, and they weren't. And it was getting very, very dangerous. So anyway, the Italian won the gold, and that was a pretty incredible result there.
Did you hear about the Olympian Breezy Johnson, the Super G?
Yes, she was one of them who couldn't hold the course. Yeah.
So she crashes in her last race. Not seriously injured, man. It looked a lot worse than it was.
Yeah,
she went into the fence and everything. Gets down to the finish line. Again, it's her last race. There's no more. She's done. She's coming off the crash in a race that she loses. Gets to the finish line, and her boyfriend proposes.
Oh, that's a good
in
thing,
a race
right?
after a race that she lost. So I heard about this morning, and I'm still trying to decide if this is genius or if it's crap.
It's genius.
And apparently they've discussed
Certainly,
this.
Tim, you know the strategy of taking advantage of a woman while she's down.
She's down.
I mean, this is something you've worked for most of your life, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean,
So don't act like this is some like surprise strategy. Yeah.
Well, apparently they had discussed this, and she kind of knew at some point he was going to do it, right? And I just thought, well, why didn't you do it like after she won the gold? Because she won the gold 5 days earlier. Why just go do it then? But then I'm thinking, oh no, that's kind of crappy too, because now you're stealing her moment, right?
Right.
You know, let her have her gold medal moment.
Right.
But I just
picking her up when she's down, baby. Yeah, I like that, honey.
And I'm not a fan of.
You're a
public
gold medal winner
proposal
to me.
anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessary to do that in front of people anyway. I just think that's a cop out, but whatever. I'm happy for her. You know, whatever. I still think it was a cop out proposal. What's she going to do? Say no?
I'm sure you'd find a negative spin to put on a proposal.
Well, the proposal itself is negative, so I don't need to find anything.
Rick asked the burning question: can John Cooper pay an Italian hockey player to take out Tkachuk mafia style?
Man, no kidding.
I mean, like
there's
the
a bunch
first
of players that would chip into that kitty too.
Yeah, the first goal yesterday was Tkachuk to Tkachuk, and I was like, USA.
Did you cheer? Right.
There was part of me that was just like,
hey,
woo. And then somebody else score now? Brock Nelson, yes, Brock Nelson, you step up, give me a couple goals.
Get a couple, Brock. Yeah.
I mean, you never root for anybody to get hurt, or maybe
sometimes
you
you can. Let's say never.
Maybe you do. Yeah. How is it that Pointer and Sorelli are playing, but Tkachuk is?
God, it hurts my heart. It's making it easier to cheer for Canada. With those knuckleheads on the.
I'm going to just, I'm going to look at it this way: USA and Canada win. I can't lose. Whoever wins the gold, I'm going to be happy.
Right.
I'm happy for Cooper and Hagel, or I'm going to be happy for the USA. So I can't lose. Look at it this way. Rick adds Tim's 4 dates and baseball tournament. Holy crap. Let's hope it's not another ER visit after drinking Red Bull and Viagra.
So I'm not drinking Viagra, sir. I'm popping those pills.
Okay. All right.
By the way, I just found out about a new product that's about to hit the market, JP. It is sildenafil, but it's in those sheets form, that dissolve on your tongue.
Yeah.
That's coming out.
So faster acting.
So I'd take a whole package at once. Just let it all like pop rocks in my mouth.
We're moving on from that.
We need them to be a sponsor.
William Hatcher says, I've seen something about the Rays TV for $99.99 for the season. Can you tell me what you know about it? Yes. So that is the streaming subscription with no blackouts. So you can buy that for the season, less than $1 a game. You get all Rays games no matter what. It's just you can put it on your TV. You can stream on your TV, phone, laptop, whatever you want. $100, $99.99. Now, also, if you have a local television cable package, Frontier, Spectrum, any of those, we believe that they're going to be on one of those channels, just like FanDuel was. That is what we've heard, but we haven't heard which channel it's going to be on yet. I thought that they were going to build a network of local stations like the Lightning did here with Scripps Sports and the Spot, but that doesn't appear to be a play, or at least they haven't done it yet. So it looks like it's going to be more towards those streaming services. Now, I thought that YouTube TV would have it, but I've since heard that it probably won't, which I'm unsure of why that is, but we'll see how that plays out. Because I just got YouTube TV, at least a 10-day trial, and I was hoping that the Rays would be announced that it would be on there. But if it's not on there, then I'm going to have to switch over.
So here's the deal with that app that's streaming for $100, and you might double check this, JP, if you haven't already. So we have the same situation here with the Rangers, and it's $100 to start the season on what we call our Victory app. It also has the stars on it, and some other local sports stuff. Now it included every game except for the Apple TV Friday night baseball games that they owned the rights to.
Right, that's true. That's true.
So if you wanted to watch those, you still have to subscribe to Apple TV, and you can't get I mean, I don't know how many. It's a handful, right? Probably or one or two that the Rays are in, if any. So that was the only exception to that. Otherwise, it's every game, and I loved it because I could watch it on my phone, like you said, on my laptop. I got it on the app on my smart TV. It's just it's to me, it's great.
Yeah,
and it's the same team announcing team and broadcasters that you get with your local coverage anyway. So.
Agreed. We'll see how all this goes down. Obviously they're going to try to make it as easy for you to watch it, but they also have to protect their rights, and I get all that.
I just missed the days of turning to whatever Fox Sports Southwest that we had here. Before that, it was HSE, and watching Nolan Ryan get 7.
The teams miss it too because their
Yeah.
rights fees were ridiculous. They made a ton of money.
Yeah.
Alejandro Noriega said nobody thought the 2008 Rays team was going to make the World Series, and look how that turned out. Never doubt this team because they will always surprise you when you least expect it. Not worried, and let's go. Love the optimism. Love the optimism, and you're all right. Although I kind of feel that magic is gone. I think that Joe Madden, that team, well, you go back and look at the talent on that team. That was exceptional. They had a great mix of older and younger. And Joe was talking about this at our Tampa Sports Club meeting a couple weeks ago. Cliff Floyd came in and just was the great veteran presence that they needed. God, he mentioned a couple other guys that I can't. Eric Hinsky. Eric Hinsky was a guy that I think he won 4 World Series in a row with 4 different teams. He kept hopping from one to the next, and they picked him up, and he was that clubhouse presence that, really was needed. Carl Crawford, BJ Upton, David Price. The team was loaded. James Shields, but they had Madden at the peak of his abilities before they changed everything, changed the rules because of him and shifts and all that stuff. Right. So we were just ahead of the curve. We were ahead of the curve thinking in a lot of different ways, and everybody else is caught up now. So that kind of Rays magic, I think, is a think of the past, unfortunately.
Can I modify Alejandro's comment here?
Sure.
He says, never doubt this team because they will always surprise you when you least expect it. Can I change that to they sometimes surprise you when you least expect it?
Because you can't always surprise someone.
Yeah, that is no longer surprise.
They're always doing it. True. But, sorry, Alejandro.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Mm-hmm. So we'll talk to O here in a little bit, but and I think we both share our feelings that we're not over the moon about this lineup right now, but we'll see. Does Neander still have the magic touch? It's been a while. All right, we'll take another break. We'll come back on the other side, and we'll talk a little bit more baseball, some college football news as well. What else we got to get to? College football. That's what I want to talk about. We are brought to you by the great folks at Cafe Paradiso. Sorry, all reservations are taken for Valentine's Day, but you could walk in. You might be able to get in.
Sit at the bar, probably.
Yeah, you could sit at the bar. Yeah. Go on in there and tip the maitre d'. Bring him a hundo. They'll find you a seat. That's how.
Yeah. Might be in his car.
But you could go Sunday. You could go tonight and go to Cafe Paradiso. Absolutely fantastic and very romantic, by the way. White tablecloth. Got those Italian accents from the wait staff. The guy in an accordion. No, there's no accordion. But if there was, it'd be kind of awesome. Cafe Paradiso, just simply the best Italian restaurant in all of Tampa Bay. Go see my man Paolo Tini over there. Tell him JP sent you. Back in 3. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucks on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
All right, guys, don't screw this up. It's Valentine's Day, and the first decision you make is go to the Gold and Diamond Source, where right now you can buy one, get one 40% off during their exclusive Valentine's promotion. Express your love with exquisite jewelry from the Gold and Diamond Source, where they have the largest selection of engagement rings. And here's where it gets really good. Starting on Friday at the Open, you can get a $1,000 gift card, and they will match it with another $1,000 gift card. Get $2,000 worth of spending power for just $1,000. Then at 6 o'clock, it goes down to $500. The $500 card match goes from 6 o'clock until close. So get in there on Friday up to 6 o'clock. It's a $1,000 gift card. They'll match it, giving you up to $2,000 in immediate spending power. Then after 6 o'clock, it's $500, and they'll match it and give you up to $1,000 in spending power. Don't miss it. It's Valentine's Day, and the only place to shop is at the Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Olmerton Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com.
It's a love you give only at Gold and Diamond Source.
JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park. So free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucks and Rays play. We'll see you there. Hey folks, Rays baseball and the summer heat will be here before you know it. So don't let your AC unit strike out and cost you hundreds or thousands for an emergency repair. Get a 1-year maintenance plan from Third Generation Plumbing and AC for just $169. Though will come out twice a year and service your unit. Clean the drain line, make sure it's running to peak efficiency. If you need an emergency repair, it's going to cost you hundreds, if not thousands more. It's a no-brainer, guys. Just call the great friendly folks at Third Generation. They work with American Standard Heating and Cooling to ensure you have the most efficient and durable units. Their split systems offer the highest efficiency available while reducing energy bills and maximizing comfort. So choose my guys, John Rodriguez and PJ, at Third Generation, along with American Standard Heating and Cooling. Don't wait for the emergency that'll cost you thousands. Call Third Generation Plumbing and American Standard. 813-961-8024. That's 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by Genesis of Tampa. You know, February, they're always doing cool things. Every month, they got a giveaway, and this month, it's a diamond ring because it's Valentine's Day. If you go in and buy a car tomorrow, you get $250 off your car just because it's Valentine's Day, and they're going to give you money for a Valentine's dinner. How about that? That's pretty cool. So
Applebee's gift card?
There you go. You could take all four of your girls to an Applebee's, do your rotation in the same booth, and just bring different checks. You might not spend $250.
Or just eat with them all at the same time.
Well, there we go. And now we're talking about, what is that 2-for-1 thing they got going? Right?
There you go.
Old Dan Campbell's trying to sell me.
I'll do it.
How about if you're sitting there in Applebee's and Dan Campbell walks up? Could I take your order?
In his headset. Like with his headset on.
Kneecaps. Yeah, fried kneecaps. Eat some of those.
So dumb.
John Hill says, we got a hockey fight during Finland, Sweden.
Oh,
it was like Bolts, Panthers. These countries don't like each other. They don't. Well, you weren't allowed to fight in the Olympics.
You're not. I think you get booted, don't you? Or suspended?
Yeah, you get booted for 2 games.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow. John Hill's full of great stuff this morning. Said a hockey fan arrested after 16 years on the run when he returned to Italy to watch Slovakia.
I saw that.
Tim, keep running.
Yeah, the dude leaves the country and doesn't come back, and he's wanted for 16 years, and he decides to come back to watch Italy play in the Olympics and gets arrested at the arena. Like, they were waiting on him after 16 years.
What'd he do?
I have no idea. I mean, it was obviously something felonious.
Yeah, felonious. Good word.
I like that.
Hey, speaking of felonious, my man, it's a great day yesterday because one of my favorite folks on the planet and overall good guy that you probably know, the great Nate Newton, got a pardon yesterday from Trump.
Yeah,
he's out of the hoos cow.
Done shows with Nate. Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't recognize him. He weighs less than I do now.
Has he been in jail since 2002?
No.
But he just got pardoned.
He's been out of jail for a long. Yeah. No,
That's what I thought. But so his sentence was commuted, I guess.
Sentence was commuted. It's no longer on his record after getting pulled over with about how much? 150 pounds
175 pounds of weed.
Of weed in his van.
And lots of cash.
Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Nate,
that was
played
25 years ago, right? Like that was
2002. Yeah. Nate played at FAMU and played with the Cowboys, 3 Super Bowls. One of the great, the kitchen. One of the great guys. And Jesse Solomon, who played at Florida State and also played for the Cowboys, was he had a charity event every year in Madison, Florida, which is about an hour from Tallahassee. And Jesse asked me to come MC his banquet where he was giving away scholarships and everything. So it was at the local high school and, in the cafeteria. But his lineup of people that came back was like incredible. I mean, it was like Emmett, Nate Newton, the playmaker. I mean, they were all there, and there was like, hey, let's, you want to come to the club afterwards? I'm like, sure. That sounds like, yeah. I was,
really like that. Nate Newton is one of these
rare
rare
guys. They made me feel very welcome. Very welcome. Awesome dudes. Awesome.
Nate Newton was one of these guys who saw the tail end of the Tom Landry era and the horrific, I think 86 was his he came to Dallas from the Tampa Bay Bandits.
Oh, that's right.
Where he played. Yeah. And then he came signed in Dallas and was here in 86, 87, 88 for the last 3 years, the horrible years of Tom Landry. Saw Jerry Jones buy the team, obviously the Jimmy Johnson era and all the Super Bowls. So he was one of the there was, I think, just 2 or 3 Cowboys that survived from before the Jimmy era that he kept. Bill Bates was another one that saw the 1-15 season and then saw obviously 3 Super Bowls, but dude, what a beast he was, man. And he was
Yeah.
called the kitchen because
Yeah.
we already had the refrigerator, and he was bigger than William Perry, so they called him the kitchen.
Yeah, he was a big man. And you say he weighs less than you now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, he was at 335 was his playing weight. I bet you he's around 200 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Flacco also got a pardon. It was insurance fraud. Okay.
We've all done that. I mean, come on.
You know.
Sorry, Italiano.
I was like, wait, I get to keep my Jeep that I rolled, and you're going to give me $5,000 to fix it and really doesn't need to be fixed?
Yeah, I'll keep it.
Okay. Okay. All right. You can keep it. We don't want it. All right. You know, it still runs. Yep. Okay.
It doesn't look quite the same, but I don't care.
Yeah. So good for those guys. They got their pardons. Good for them. Did you hear about the Big Ten's college football 2014 playoff no league championship games? I'm not for this. Big Ten is circulating an internal document that lays out the 2014 college football playoff would look like, including the elimination of conference championship games. That's good. And a 23+1 selection model and an additional weekend of on-campus college football games.
Huh.
I mean, no. Sides of the potential expansion issue were drawn and clear in recent weeks. The SEC was willing to go to a 16-team format. The Big Ten was willing to grow to 16 only with an agreement to eventually get to 24. The two leagues essentially control the CFP decision-making, hence the stalemate. I don't know.
It's weird.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but 24 teams?
God, it seems like a lot, man. Look,
2014
I still like my idea of the 2 separate tournaments like you do in basketball. 1 through 12 is in your main tournament. That's playing for the national title. And then your 13 through 24 can battle it out for the equivalent of whatever you want to call the NIT in college football. And you just have 2 tournaments.
Yeah,
I think that second tournament would be way competitive, man. And you'd have the small schools in it.
The way it worked out this year, though, Miami squeaks in with the last really eligible, and then they get all the way to the championship game. Yeah. So, and then Notre Dame was left out. So does Notre Dame go to the secondary tournament? Of course, there's elite mofos will be like, no.
Depends on where they're ranked.
We don't do the other tournament. We're Notre Dame.
Look, you don't have a college football ranking. You just use the AP like we should anyway. Why do we have both? We don't need both. 1 through 12 in the final AP is in the playoff.
Who's voting for it though?
It's the AP. It's the AP voters.
Those people have no idea. Those people asked me to be a voter one year. That's how bad they are. Come on.
I'm in their own Scott
Lost
Hamilton.
all your credibility right there. I actually did vote one year when I first came to town, 1997, I believe it was.
Really?
Yeah. It was weird. I had to call this number in New York by 10 a.m. on Sunday.
With your vote?
With my vote. Yeah. And I'd be like, yeah, this is JP Peterson. And I was supposed to be representing the Carolinas.
Yeah.
And I was moving from the Carolinas to St. Pete to work at Channel 44. So I was actually down here, supposed to be representing up there. So it's kind of weird.
And then JP kept calling the number every week, and all he would hear was, like, "Thank you for calling Movie Phone." JP's, this is weird. All right, well, I'll do it anyway.
I'll just gonna put it in. I guess somebody's recording it. Let's go. Then I left Notre Dame out completely, and somebody called me. No, I'm kidding. I would not do that.
Should.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, college football is so screwed up. The last thing we have to be worried about is the playoff system. Honestly, let's get the calendar right. Let's get recruiting right. Let's get all these things we were talking about with Charlie earlier in the week. Change the calendar, get rid of the early signing period, and let's set it up where it's like the NFL. You can't poach another team's coach until after the season. End of story. You can't negotiate. Now we know the negotiations are going to go on, but you just can't officially poach the coach until it's over.
Right. And
get rid of the early signing period. So there's no pressure for these coaches to leave and go recruit the portal and recruit high school football players. I mean, that's a big change that would And then transfers, you transfer once, no penalty. Transfer twice, you got to sit out a year. Transfer 3 times, you got to go in front of a board and have some really bad hardship. And I think that will change a lot of the problem. And then we need a salary cap for college football. So I fixed it. There we go. And then we moved the bowl games to the beginning of the season. And we announced all of the bowl games on August 1st for week 0. So everybody has time to plan to travel and go. It'd be a big reveal, like a big reveal. And, we're going to go play this team. We're going to go play that team. And, bowls like ReliaQuest Bowl and the Gasparilla Bowl can go make their deals. Go offer teams money. They will, we're going to offer you this. Bring your team down here. You could get some really cool matchups. And, in the big reveal, and then everybody would play in the game because it's the first game of the season. You could count it as an exhibition or not. Doesn't matter, because if you count it as an exhibition, then I think you could get some really good matchups, and, coaches could do some different things. I think it would be great for college football. Absolutely fantastic. And get the bowls back into it, which would be fun.
Make them matter. I mean, they kind of matter at that point,
Oh, they really matter. Yeah. Even if you don't count them towards your record, they matter, because you're seeing first of all, they're making money, lots of money. You got to fill the house. You got to fill the house.
Out either.
The players will play. Yeah. Because it's the beginning of the season. Yeah.
Yep.
Like it's a great idea.
Let JP run college football. Screw you, Nick Saban.
I figured it all out. We're done.
You got JP.
We're done here. Anyway, for sure. By the way, there was another article about the Bucs renovation. I think we mentioned this yesterday that Rick Stroud did, and basically piggybacks off of what we learned last week, that when Ken Hagan said the Bucs their sits money has been set aside, not part of this raise negotiation, and we still don't know what the Bucs are going to. They're going to extend their lease another 5 years, so we still don't know what that renovation is going to look like. I think the Glazers are redoing Old Trafford, which is like a $2.5 billion mixed use thing that they're doing over there in Manchester. So maybe they're just punting the Bucs stuff until that's done. It seems like the timing is going to kind of work out on that. Also, Ole Miss quarterback Trinidad Chambliss has been granted a 6th season of eligibility by a state court judge in Mississippi. Imagine a state court judge in Mississippi saying no, saying, sorry, Chambliss, you can't play football for Ole Miss. Is that the easiest case? Like, I'm a lawyer, can I work that case? Like, do you even have to present anything to the judge? Hey, judge, if you don't allow this kid to play, you can't go home anymore. So I rest my case. Would you like to decide what's up? Yeah.
So dumb.
6th season of eligibility. Are we okay with that?
We got a guy playing. I haven't looked him up yet. I've just heard about this. A guy in his 9th year of college football this year.
9th year of college
He's
football.
like almost 30.
Yeah. I mean, is that what we want? I don't think so. But I think I want to watch Trinidad Chambliss play another year. I think I'm okay with that. 6 year? He spent a lot of that time in very obscure places, but
JUCOs, right? That's the whole argument. Is they're not now wanting to count his JUCO years towards his collegiate eligibility.
Right. But for God's sake, some of these rules were so stupid, and maybe this is just the right thing. It's hard for me. You got a kid here.
Really know.
You got a kid here that if he went to the NFL, I'm not sure, where he would be drafted, what if he would be playing, but he could definitely make a huge mark, win a national championship at Ole Miss. And we're going to deny him that? That just seems wrong. It just seems wrong.
I mean, you think Ole Miss will be back in the playoff next year?
With him, you never know. You never know. They got plenty of money. They're spending it like crazy. Their coach is out, calling kids in the middle of class, sending them pictures of $1 million contracts. So, I mean, clearly they're being aggressive. Yeah, I think Ole Miss got a shot. They get a shot. So, I don't know. I think that's just a good thing for college football. Having players like that play is exciting, fun to watch. And if he doesn't win, what's he gonna do? Gonna go play in Canada? You're gonna go sit the bench in the NFL? I don't know.
What's wrong with Canada? By the way, JP, you got the job.
Oh wow, look at that. Yeah.
I like
That fits really well. Good. I'm glad I'm not in a suit and tie. That's
No,
for
there's
sure.
no way I would put you in a suit. I don't know why the football only has one stripe on it. That's a little weird, but
Yeah, that's really weird. And we need to get rid of those NCAA things. I don't even think that thing exists anymore, does it?
it's
Talk
still
about
there.
the most feckless organization. Like the NCAA makes a ruling and people are like, yeah, whatever. Let's just do what the hell. We're the SEC. We're just going to do what the hell we want. Who are you again? What are you?
Certainly the
Sanctions. Sanction this. Right?
Yeah,
Get out of
certainly
here.
the league offices for each they're stronger than the NCAA, right? Like
Oh God, yes.
Nobody cares.
That's what we just said. We're doing the college football playoff, and we're not talking to the NCAA. We're talking. It's between the Big Ten and the SEC and ESPN and Fox by proxy.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, Big O is in the house. Big O is in the house. Yeah, baby. He's back. What's up, partner?
Hey, buddy. How you guys doing?
How are you doing?
You guys having some
How
fun?
you doing?
I'm doing.
How you doing?
I'm back in town. Back in the good old TBA Bay.
How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling all right, man. Yeah, it was a tough week, but we had a great celebration of life of my mom and
That's awesome.
family, and also got a chance to pop into this right here, actually, the Florida Marlins. Well,
How about that?
Look at me, Florida Marlins. Am I dating myself, Hamon?
Yeah.
The Miami Marlins.
I'll
I
always
still
be
think
the
of them as the
Florida
Florida
Marlins.
Marlins. Yeah.
Their fan fest was this past Saturday, and they had invited me to that, and it was a huge turnout.
Really?
Huge. It's actually fascinating, and I know the phrase that should come out should be, if it's free, it's for me.
And I'll take 3.
And I'll take 3.
Yeah.
Hamon usually takes 4, but it doesn't rhyme, so it's not a good thing.
4 rhymes with whore.
Oh, Nelly, only
I'll take 4. Give me some more.
Yes, there you go. That's a Texan. They always like things big. But it was incredibly supported.
Really?
I hadn't been to a fan fest for the Marlins in many years. The last many years.
They have it at the stadium there?
They had it at Lone Depot Ballpark and Lone Depot Stadium, whichever way they call it, but Marlins Stadium, which is a beautiful stadium, by the way. You forget how glorious it is. In the completely wrong part of town, but nevertheless, I was reminded of that by driving into to the stadium, of which I've been many times, but this time I was kind of looking at it from a different perspective of like development,
Right.
and realizing that, holy cow, if they could, garner, room, do deals, and
Knock down these 20 blocks of homes.
correct.
People who've been living there since the 60s, their families. Let's
Yeah, that's
relocate.
the tough part.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
No, that's
Ain't gonna
exactly
happen.
what
What we did in Arlington, it worked.
It's not impossible; it's improbable.
Right.
And just the fact that you have to gentrify that whole situation.
Yeah.
And they did it. What did you say in
Arlington?
In Arlington, we
in
tore down
Arlington.
a bunch of homes from the 40s and
They
to build
did.
AT&T Stadium.
They did, and it would take something that dramatic. But objectively looking at it, I was like, wow, it really needs it. Nevertheless, again, the old if it's free is for me, because they had an incredible turnout. So it just made me think. Again, here's a fan base that does not come out. All right,
Mhm.
and the only worst fan base as far as attendance to the Rays are the Marlins.
Yeah.
Right, and they're probably 1-2 right there.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
and it also reminded me of the many fan fests. In fact, I'm going to pop into the one tomorrow. I'm going to talk to Mark Ferguson from Fergs and going to post up over there and watch the festivities of that for a couple hours. But it reminds me how well back that was for many years. It always dumbfounded me. So
I'll be interested to see the turnout tomorrow at Fan Fest. Maybe
I
I'll
think it's
go
gonna
over there
be-
with you.
Yeah, you need to go. Come on down. I'm going to probably be over there by the real deal is not. I think it's on 16th from 1 to 5. 1 to
5. Yeah.
1 to 5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go a little earlier, probably around 11, and post up at Fergs and stay for a couple hours and just watch it, and soak it in a little bit. I think it's going to be huge. Again, because of the fact that it's renewing your vows, so to speak, Tropicana Field. Nevertheless,
renewing your vows.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a little bit of renewing your vows for this long, marriage that has been, any way you look at it, Tropicana Field since 1985. And I'm not talking about the Rays. I'm talking about Thunderdome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's going to go. But getting back to the Marlins thing, it was just, it was impactful to me because it just reminded me that people do love baseball. So many kids.
Yeah.
So many kids, so many families, young families, a bunch of, older fans that, were really happy to see me. I was very honored, very, very pleased with a ton of people wearing, Florida Marlins jerseys. So when I saw Florida Marlins, I go, yo, old fish. And they go, oh, big O. And that was a lot of fun.
Nice. That's nice.
That was really sweet. But it just shows you that baseball is attractive.
Also shows you that Lenny's fans are priced out.
And they're priced out.
Yeah. I said you got 81 games, right?
Yeah.
Take one game, maybe two out of the season ticket package and just have, general admission, $10
for the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
First come, first serve. You
got to do creative things like that.
Because so many people are hurting now and they love baseball and they want to take
their kids to the game. From that, they love the game.
They want to take their kids to a game.
Smiling, kids were loving it, and
you'll make fans. You'll make lifelong fans, man.
But once you get into the season, and A, it's expensive. B, you don't have that great of a product on the field. C, it's expensive. You know what I mean? So 2 out of 3 it's expensive. You have to do some other, and then actually D, E, and F, you're not attracting them any other way around that stadium.
Right. Oh, down there, yeah, for sure.
0.
Is the Orange Bowl ballers still there?
Inside the
no, there was I remember
around
it was on a corner.
Yeah,
it was like
right.
a one level, like cream colored indoor outdoor. Remember that thing?
Yeah, I do remember.
It was and you could, because I remember walking by it as a kid and
think, man, where I parked,
all those people in there
by third base, the third base garage.
Yeah,
can't say that I can't say if it's still there. I'll have to ask my guy Luis Durante, who's
they used those letters that were on the side of the Orange Bowl, right, for something outside the park for one of the fan areas where it said Miami Orange Bowl. Those big, huge letters
to the Miami Orange Bowl.
I remember that.
And they've got they use those letters.
I know.
I've seen pictures of it. Yeah.
Listen, it's a lot of memories for this guy to my left.
Holy Jesus!
More than me. Be honest with you, because I went to a handful of old school Canes games. I mean, Canes and Dolphins games there. But,
I went to 2 of the greatest games in football history. I was at the
Nebraska.
I was at the Nebraska 1983 Miami Miracle. I was there for that, and boy, was I there. Man, that was one hell of a night. And almost got killed by 3 Cornhusker fans for some of the quite lewd signs we were holding. And we deserved it. Like this corn-fed guy who's probably played offensive tackle for them in the 70s literally held me out over the rail and was going to drop me. Yeah,
it was that serious?
So anyway, and then I was at the 1982 game with the Chargers and Dolphins.
Dan Fouts.
Dan Fouts and Kellen Winslow.
Wow.
Yeah, that was Don Strock. Yeah, that was
2 great games.
Remember the Tony Nathan hook and lateral play with Don Strock coming?
That game.
Yeah. One of the so many games.
No,
at
the Orange Bowl was
the 72.
Here's what I'm talking about, JP, on the screen here. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, cool. That's
they
cool.
took and they kind of buried them in the ground halfway, and they just they're like an attraction now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Yeah, I remember looking.
So that's that's the problem over there. There's nothing to. I mean, candidly, even again, we dogged the Trop, and for many reasons, rightfully so, age, location, and stuff like that. But even the Trop, you go around the corner to the right, and you've got Central and First, and you got things going on. There's bars, there's things. It's not a district per se. What we're talking about, the Battery and stuff like that. But there's something to do. There's nothing. Around there.
Yeah.
There's nothing. You get in, you need to get out.
Yeah.
And it's not an easy in and out on top of that.
People still park in the people's houses.
Yeah, they still do that. For that one, they opened up free parking for the garages. So
They got garage,
the
okay.
free parking. They have
That's
plenty
good.
of
How big
garage
go the Marlins are bringing back the teal?
Yes,
quite a
they
bit
are.
this
It's
year.
funny that
The throwback,
yeah, good call, because they are. They're bringing back every Sunday home game. They're bringing back the teal and the black.
nice.
So it's I mean, literally the old school teal. Teal.
We're bringing back the
black.
old Devil Rays.
Yeah,
Every Friday, I think.
I think
Friday
it
game's
is.
gonna be the old Devil Rays.
That's actually, I think, going to do well. I think it's going to be very popular. It's going to kind of bring nostalgia back to not just to do it 4 or 5 times a year. They're doing it every Sunday home game. Oh, by the way, had a great little visit with the one and only Pistol Pete Fairbanks.
Pistol Pete Fairbanks.
Good to see him. He was happy to see me, and I just asked him how he's feeling. He goes, man, I'm ready to go. I'm excited. He's, it's funny because there was so many young players that they have. So many young players.
I thought you were about to say Maravich, and we were going to have a huge story.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
That would have been really good.
I was a big fan of the real Pistol Pete.
Yeah,
but
my namesake.
Yeah, is it
Yeah, that's my nickname.
Pistol Pete?
Pistol Pete.
No way, did not know that.
Yeah.
But more for throwing a football. Than
No, for my basketball.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hamon. What we got going on here? We need
because I chucked up as many shots as he did.
Yeah, we need to research. We need a little do a little.
Oh no, that's
research on that from back in the day, Hollywood High.
I've got jerseys with Pistol Pete on the back.
You were a big fan.
Oh yeah.
But Fairbanks is excited. You could tell right off the bat. I was in their clubhouse, and actually we were in the visiting clubhouse because that's where we were all congregating. Got a message from their manager. I was privy to that, talking to the boys and saying, we're here to be engaging and represent. They had quite the turnout of players, which was really good. So there wasn't too many players that were not there that are in the area already, because obviously their spring training is just north of over in Jupiter. So guys came down for that. It was really, really, really cool.
Fairbanks, former Ranger, great too.
Former Ranger.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss him.
Tejas gets in there, every way we can.
All right, Doug, we got a Big O show coming up at 12:30.
Yeah.
So, give me
Big O. I'm about to enjoy a whole weekend of college baseball. I'm about to head to right now.
Are you really? Yeah, it's
Over
just
at
kicking
Globe Life
off.
Field. Yeah, it's the Shriners Children's Hospital College.
Nice. Who do we got?
Showdown. Couple of SEC teams, couple of Big 12 teams. I'm going to be representing out there, so I'll be out there all weekend listening to the metal on the ball.
South Carolina's not in there, is there?
No, it's Arkansas, Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, TCU. Who's the other SEC teams? I'm missing out.
That's
here
a pretty
on.
good little
It's,
tournament right there, brother.
Vanderbilt. Yeah,
That's-
so it's TCU, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Oklahoma State, and Vanderbilt.
Damn, that's a power teams right there kicking off this little tourney. Yeah, that's big.
All right, so give me a minute 30
Yeah.
on Nick Martinez. $13 million for Nick Martinez, and where we're at with this Rays lineup right now.
Nick Martinez, smart sign. All for it. If you
Take
don't,
that, JP.
He's not big happy on it. Listen, that's what it costs. That's what it costs to get a number 4 or 5 veteran. It's going to cost you $12-13 million. That's what anybody else that was in that mix.
You know what else costs $12 million?
Yeah,
Marcelo Zuna.
Marcelo Zuna. Where were you going to stick Marcelo
DH.
Zuna?
Outfield.
Where? Stop.
Once a Gold Glover.
Your DH.
I don't care. He's got a bat.
Your DH is already enshrined and will.
He can play first too. We can move him around.
No, Marcelo Zuna is not the guy to
We can
bring
move
in.
him around.
I disagree. Love the bat. Love the bat. Bro, Marcelo Zuna had
Who's
an off
protecting
year.
Junior Caminero?
Marcelo Zuna had an off year and he hit 21 home runs.
I know. Who's protecting Junior
Off year.
Caminero?
And he's still strong enough and young enough. The only thing you could have done with Marcelo is try to stick him in the outfield. He's no longer really an everyday outfielder. He's a DH, and that wasn't going to happen. Nick Martinez,
we'll get him on a little bit of strength and conditioning
Nick
plan.
Martinez can win you 10, 12 games, and hold down.
So can Ian
a bunch
Seymour.
of,
So can Ian Seymour.
Yeah, but listen, I've told you a million
You know,
times.
he's great in the clubhouse, though.
I told
He's
you.
He's Danny Jansen, like
He's a wonderful kid.
Awesome,
He's a Miami
dude.
kid. By the way.
Awesome guy.
And I think he might have gone to Fordham. But the wonderful kid, veteran, 35 years old. You needed that. You needed if it wasn't going to be Eflin, already had signed way back. If it wasn't going to be Littell, then it had to
No,
be
we talked
somebody
about adding
in that.
another starter, but like
In that
was
you needed a
but that was
veteran
also
starter.
including like we were going to get a big bat. So
Listen.
to take that over a big bat.
The only other big bat to try to go after, and there's other teams that are going after. I think he's going to end up with the Guardians, maybe San Diego. Is Nick Castellanos?
Yeah.
And if you wanted to get frisky and do a deal,
What's that going to cost?
It's not going to cost much because it's Phillies. It's going to cost his players,
Right?
Because whoever's going to take him is not going to take on much of that $20 million.
Did they release him today?
They released him.
Yeah.
Well, they DFA. So he's tradable.
You don't have to trade for him.
I don't know. Did they fully release him?
I think they released him. Yeah. Tell me if you can check on that. Yeah.
So
they didn't even need to trade for him. So it's just money.
It's just money. And
money
and
we could have used. We could have taken from the Nick Martinez, who I love. But it's not like he hurts the team. But if I could have taken that $13 million and put it somewhere else into a hitter, I would have done.
But again, I'm good with the Martinez deal.
Okay.
I'm actually happy that they opened up their purse books and
I'm glad they did. No, I'm glad they
spent what the cost is. That's what the
Hey, our
cost is.
40-man
for that-
roster is
for that.
over 100 million, 105 million.
Go back Hamon archive and say that I told you that this team is going to be over 100 million. You're like, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be. It's going to end
I
up
said it'll be
somewhere
over 100 million.
Okay. Yeah, actually, you did.
I said I'm hoping that they'll get over just to at least.
They'll be 105, 110, and I'm super happy with that.
Yeah,
you know what
absolutely.
I mean?
We've never been there
They've
before.
never been there before.
No.
So
No.
So this is so as far as Martinez, good signing. I think he's a veteran arm. You have so many young arms, and then you're expecting so much from Shane McClanahan, and you don't know what you're going to get there.
And same with
hopeful.
Rasmussen.
I think Rasmussen will be fine,
Yeah.
but you can't expect him to go 200 innings.
No,
he's going to go 107.
he's going to pitch 5 shutout innings.
If he's going to go,
be done, and that's
he
fine.
went 150 last year. They'll up him maybe 15. What is there? 15%, 20%.
Yeah.
So he's 170, 175.
That's 3 seasons for most guys.
Exactly. So I'm happy with that. And can they still go out and sneak in one more outfielder? I don't know. There's still some guys out there. I bandy out the Miguel Andujar, who hasn't signed from when I just passed. I was kind of down in Miami dealing with my mom thing, but I still kept an eye on it. I haven't seen him sign. So that's a right-handed bat with power.
All right.
That's it.
All right, we'll do more on this on the Big O Show coming up around 12:30 to 1:30. So check us out. Presented by the great folks at Wesley Chapel, Texas Roadhouse. Yeah, we love those folks as well. All right, thank you, Timmy. Great stuff. Thank you to all who jumped in here, especially my lovely wife who said, JP, you're dating yourself right now. Yes, I'm talking about things before you were born, honey. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
All right, have a great weekend, everybody. Maybe we'll see you at FanFest. We'll be at FanFest, or at least across the street at Fergs. Come say hello to him.
Look
I might be tailgating with him as well. We shall see. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy the Olympics. Go USA. See you
Thanks,
tomorrow.
Timmy.
See you Monday.
See ya.
There's a commissioner of college football right there.